So
Never
like,
thought of that. That's a new fucking fear unlocked. My God.
I ended up getting a parasite. They called me like the next day and they're like, yeah, you have this parasite called cryptosporidium. Doesn't it sound like a fuckboy parasite?
Yeah.
I just figured they're not going to have me do anything where I can like die.
Steph Infection.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for listening to Steph Infection. I gotta plug my tour dates because I keep forgetting to do this. So please come see me in Austin, June 14th to 15th at the Creek and Cave. Edmonton, July 14th, I'll be at the Great Outdoors Festival. Atlanta, Georgia, I'm doing one night, August 22nd. And I'll be in Charleston, South Carolina, August 23rd, 24th. Don't forget about my UK tour. I will be in Holland, May 27th and 28th. I'll be in Amsterdam. I'll be in Eindhoven on the 27th, Amsterdam on the 28th, and then I'll be at the London Soho Theater from the 30th to June 2nd. Please come to those. And I just dropped a massive Canadian tour today. So please, it's my first theater tour. Please, please, please come to this. Halifax, September 20th. Ottawa, September 21st. Victoria, November 8th. And Vancouver, November 9th. punchup.live/Steph Tolev. Please come see me live. Bye. Oh my goodness. Steph Infection listeners, how the hell are we? Very happy to have this week's guest, the very hilarious Rachel Wolfson.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so literally I've been trying to get you on here for a long time.
A while.
Too long.
And I was like, did Steph forget about me?
No, because then it was like I had to like ask your manager, and then like I had a producer, but she doesn't work for me anymore. So I was like,
Oh, you can just talk to me.
I don't know why, because I think I was sending to them, and it was hard to get dates locked down, and I'm like, we saw each other at a bizarre college gig the other day.
It was my first college gig.
It was?
Yeah.
No.
I was like, what the hell am I going to talk to these kids about?
I can't believe you've done one.
Oh my God. And Steph killed it. She like right out the gate started doing crowd work on this. It was all college kids and then two older people, or like
It was
at least
very bizarre.
Yeah. And you called them out. It was so funny. Like, what the hell are you doing?
But it was creepy. Like it was like literally college kids. But that was also like, these college gigs are very strange because they give you good money.
Yeah.
That's why
the whole thing is strange. Well, yeah. I mean, what they said that they were going to pay for the amount of time that they were expecting us to do, I was like, I'll fly in for that.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like, are they dumb? No,
yeah, no. But like
they were so cute. The host, I think, what is her name? Caroline. I'm so bad with names, but she was so funny.
She was great.
And I was like, oh, she's going to be so good if she sticks with this.
Yeah.
And the other two guys were so cute and
very cute.
Adorable, very green.
Yeah, very green, very young. And I went off, I'm like, I feel like a fucking pervert up here.
I know.
Sick.
And then, but the audience was great.
They were good. They were
so good. Because even like before I agreed to the gig, I messaged her and I was like, is there anything you don't want us to talk about? Are there any work?
Oh, wow.
Because I'm just like, I was just like, it's not about from a professional standpoint. It's like, am I going to take this gig? Because I don't want to,
right.
I don't know if they're like, what is the culture of the comedy community at this college? Like how do they feel about freedom of speech or whatever, like, certain topics.
And you don't want to have to be like,
well, I'm in Austin now and there's none of that. So it's like, I don't know if like, not that I have anything super offensive in my act, but I mean, I ride the line, I guess, sometimes with certain things,
stuff.
but I just wanted to know like where they were coming from, because I don't want to offend anyone.
What a nice person.
I know. I feel like most comedians are like, I'm trying to offend, or like, I don't give a fuck about offending. Maybe that's more.
I just didn't even think of that. I just assume. I don't know. I just assume they asked a comic to come do the show. Now I'm not like, maybe I should be asking if
no,
I could say,
it's just colleges, because
Okay.
I don't know how like sensitive these kids are. Like, are they
sometimes.
comedy fans? Are they?
Yeah, sometimes they might be
right.
Yes.
I just didn't know what it was like, and they seem to be
professional.
Going along with all of it.
They were. I came in, me and my boyfriend Jefferson,
yes,
had the biggest fight we've ever had.
hot.
It was so bad. Could you tell I'd been crying when I came in?
No,
Okay.
I was like, I would never think anything's wrong, but that's
Okay.
usually how me and my boyfriend are. Like, we'll be like arguing, and then like right as soon as we walk in, it's like,
Hey, we're comedians. Here we are. It was really bad. Like, we were screaming at the top of our lungs.
Is that a parking fight though?
It was. We were stuck in this parking garage, and it just became. We both also come from dads that were very yelly and aggressive with us. So I think both of us just snapped at the exact same time, the same level, and it was like psycho. And I was like bawling. I was in the parking lot, and then like Chappelle pulled up, and I was like, Chappelle's here. I'm like, hey, buddy. And I was like eyeballs were pulsating, and then I was in the bathroom like crying until I went on stage. I was like, it was so bad that I'm like, hey, kids.
Yeah, but that's your first.
Labia.
That's your first fight.
No, and it was the first fight, and it was bound to happen.
Yeah,
you can't not fight. How long have you been together now?
5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was like a year and a half.
No,
5
this July will
years.
be 5 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's you obviously lived together. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did
We
you
lived
move in?
together like pretty much right off the start because we met like right before the pandemic that summer, that July before the pandemic, and he was moving to New York that September. And so I went out to visit him in November, and then he was going to come back and see me in December to go on vacation with my family, and then COVID hit. So I was like, I don't want you to go. I was scared. I don't know what was going to happen. Like, yeah. So I was like, stay. And he hasn't left for 5 years.
Yeah. He's not going to New York.
Yeah.
So wait, you're in Austin now. You loving that? How's the heat?
Yeah, we moved to Austin in the worst time to do that. But I love the heat because I'm from Vegas.
Yes,
and I love sweating.
You really do.
Yeah, I don't mind it. To me, sweating is like healthy. It's like, I don't know. It seems like it's my body doing exactly what it's
You don't
meant
seem
to
like
do.
a big sweater though.
I am. Sometimes when I'm on stage, I'll get the sweat right here.
Because I've never
the mustache sweat.
Like, all your like clips and stuff. I never.
But I'm also
feel like
now
wet.
on mood stabilizers, so maybe that helps.
Oh, do they help?
I don't know, but I or maybe I've just gotten more comfortable on stage where like the mustache sweat doesn't occur as much anymore. Well, it also depends on like what I'm wearing and how hot the lights are.
Yeah.
Well, in the summer, I do sweat on stage. Like, there's videos of me. I'm wearing a flannel because I'm a psycho.
Yeah.
And I just am profusely
Soaked.
sweating. And the comments will be like, "You're so shiny."
You're like, yeah, I'm fucking wet.
Yeah, I'm literally.
I'm working up there.
And so we moved there, and I just get a lot more stage time there because I'm 7 years in, and I'm at a point where I just need so much stage time.
Yeah, in 7 years, I thought you were longer in.
No.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I started in 2016.
Shit. Wow, 7 year baby.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
So that's, I mean, but you're doing the right thing to like, get it to where your comedy where you want it to be, because other people are just like whatever, like smug. It's like, no, if you need more stage time, go fucking somewhere.
No,
Why
my
would you move to
dad,
LA?
I played basketball growing up, so there was like an expression my dad would say, like, is move to get open so you can get the ball. And so essentially like I'm moving so that I can get the stage time and go where the comedy is. And for me that was Austin.
And you're probably killing Austin. Like
I'm having the best time.
Yeah.
I am, and the scene is so young, and I feel like I'm like an older sister to a lot of these comics how they look at me, but I am getting the stage time that I need, and it's a smaller scene, so it allows me to like do what I need to do.
And it's so convenient.
Yeah.
Everything is on the same fucking block almost.
Yeah.
So you can just zip around, and it's like getting in the car, and then you're in Burbank, and then you're driving to San Monica. I don't do shows in San Monica anymore. I can't
know
do it.
comedy is like not meant to be convenient, but this is like an element that of extra layer of difficulty that we have as comics in LA, where we can only if you're lucky you'll get 2 spots in a night if you can make both of them.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's like
flailing.
improv or comedy store,
Yeah.
because if it's going to be in Santa Monica you're going to just be
Absolutely
rushing
fucked.
and stressing.
Yeah, I did 4 shows the other night, and it was I was delusional.
That's insane.
It's insane
for LA.
And it was stupid.
Because you can't even really enjoy, I feel like, fully your
Any of them.
sets because you're so worried about rushing, and like there's just traffic, and it's like it's not like that in LA.
Yeah. And
I mean in
bombed
Austin.
my second one.
Yeah, because
Bad.
you're
And then I was like, well, now I have to go do 2 more.
Yeah.
I bombed so bad I cried in my car.
oh, that still happens for you?
Oh, yeah.
That's See, I feel that.
I mean, I think a lot of people bomb. And you know what's so fucking cool? Nikki Glaser is the nicest person on the planet.
Yeah,
I don't know if
she's
you've met her.
great.
She's so fucking insanely nice and hilarious. But I saw her because we were doing 3 of the same shows on Friday night. So I was like about to keep seeing her, whatever. And then I saw her in the hallway, the improv. She's going to Laugh Factory, and I was like, oh, I just fucking bombed there. She goes, really? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I bombed there like last week. And I'm like, what? She goes, bad. And I was like, oh no, I bombed so bad, like it's carpet floor. You would have heard a pin drop on the carpet. Like it was like dead silent, filled to the brim. my people in the balcony. Like, there was a lot of people in there. I should not have been bombing. And she's like, that makes me feel better. I'm like, this makes me feel better that you like, I don't know. Sometimes the crowd just really.
I mean, in Austin, I'm doing I'm used to doing mics here where it's all comedians and it's filled and we're all kind of like, for the most part, paying attention to each other. Some are on their phones. But in Austin, you'll be doing mics to like an empty room just because the comics all sit in the back of this giant room and there's not that many of them. And like, if it just, you're bombing because there's literally no one paying attention. And like, I had a cry moment. But I also realized, like, for me, it's not about doing well at these mics. It's about me holding a mic in my hand and getting comfortable with the words that I'm saying. So it's like every time I do those mics purposely so that it doesn't hurt as hard.
Yeah.
And
this is what a professional should do. Like, because my boyfriend wants to like start doing stand up.
Oh,
no. He's not fully getting into it. It's more to help. Trust me, because I was like, literally everyone actually is like, what are you talking
You
about?
want to add an extra element of chaos to your relationship?
No, I do not. And I was like, because he said something. He's like, maybe like someday I'll be able to like open for you. I go, someday. I go, 7 years. I go, 7 years. I go, you are not. Unless you start doing mics every single night, which you don't have time to because you have your fucking work. I'm like, you are not going to be doing 20 minutes on my show. My opener's been doing it for as long as me, 20 years. They get to do 30 minutes. Because I've been giving him like 5-minute sets.
Really?
I gave him in Rochester because his family was coming to watch too. And then I was like,
are you mentoring him?
I'm like, you need to hit the mics. And I'm not nice about it. Like, he got off stage and I was like, that joke's hack. I'm like, you wouldn't know that because you didn't go to a fucking mic. I'm like, that opening joke you did, go to a mic right now. You'll see 10 guys do the same thing. That joke sucked. And I'm like, you're not looking at the audience, you're looking at the ground. You said anyways so many times because you know your material. And I'm like, I'm being very snippy with it.
I need this. Can you do this to me? I need this, bullying.
It's a light ribbing.
It's not bullying. You're doing exactly what, like, comedy can just be very jarring and shocking sometimes because like when you get up and you're expecting laughs or who knows, but like that feeling of bombing and that feeling of silence and uncomfortability hits you. And it's like if you only had someone behind the scenes who was telling you like it is, which also can be very jarring too, depending on where it's coming from and who's saying it. But it does take that sometimes if you want to get better, if you and all I want to do is get better. I want to be so undeniable that I can do whatever I want,
Yes, but this is also a mentality that not a lot of comedians have. They're just like, I want it now. It's like, no, you need to get fucking done.
It's a long game. And like, that's the thing is that's, because I struggle with, the comedy, just being a comedian. There's a lot of it's a mind game as well within yourself because you have to remember that you're not in competition with anyone. Like it's all about you.
Yes.
And so I think people forget that because they get jaded by being in comedy so long. They start to see the other people get successes and they think that's a reflection of them, and it's just not the case.
But this is what you should be telling this to a lot of other comedians, friends of mine. Yeah, it's very, and the problem, Jefferson did well, but I'm like, you're doing well because these are my fans.
Yeah.
And they know you from my Instagram. So you're not going to bomb. You are not going to get this fucking feeling of what a bomb is unless you go to a mic and you're like, oh, I suck. And I'm like, you're not ready to be doing the clubs. But okay, I want to get into your bod stuff because you were on Jackass.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry.
What?
I know. I've seen whatever you posted on your Instagram.
Okay.
Yes, but I'm like, what?
You have to watch it.
You know what? I can't.
Why?
I can't watch that shit. I literally.
Your podcast is called Steph Infection.
I know, but I like have a hard time watching people do fucked up shit like that. Like Jackass was on here too.
Yeah.
And I was like hearing some of the stories. I was like, I'm like, I can't. I was like, faint. When it happens to real, like I can hear of like operations and surgeries and stuff, but like when it's purposely getting done to you, I have a very hard time watching it.
Yeah.
So how did you get this? How did this because it was wild.
Okay, so I started stand up in 2016 and rather not quickly, but like I just hit the ground running and like I started opening for Felipe Esparza. I started getting posted by the Laugh Factory within like the first or second year, and one of my videos got like I got like 15,000 followers from it.
Oh, wow.
So I think from that I started getting like a bunch of bigger comics and people started noticing me, and one day in 2019, I get a DM from Johnny Knoxville, and he had been liking my stuff, like my content. You know, I was posting a lot of memes and one-liners and, you know, stand-up clips or whatever. But my humor is like perverted seventh grade boy humor sometimes. And he would post stuff on the internet, and I would always have like the funniest caption under his, or like comment under his thing. So we had good banter like that way, but nothing came of it until he messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, I want to ask you a question. Can I call, like, can we have a phone call? And I was like, okay, like it's like Tuesday at 11 a.m. This is not a booty call. This is like a professional.
Which I would be. Johnny Knox was hot as hell.
Yeah.
I would have been like, Johnny Knox was coming.
Yeah. I was like intrigued for sure.
Yeah.
And so I got on the phone with him, and he basically told me that it's the 20th anniversary since Jackass like started, and that they were going to shoot some kind of special. And would I want to be a part of it? And I'm thinking like, oh, maybe they want me as a writer. I literally didn't ask any questions. I just said yes.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, the questions will get answered along the way. I'm just going to go with it. And so they were like, will you come in for a meeting? So I went in for a meeting with him and Jeff Tremaine, the director.
Okay.
And they basically, it was like a 5-minute meeting because we all have ADHD and are just not, you know, meeting people. And they were like, we're shooting a movie, the Jackass movie. Would you want to come play with us?
And you're like,
I was like, hell yeah, I do.
Did you have no reservations? You weren't like,
I was like, I just don't want to put anything up my butthole.
Oh, really? That was the one thing.
That was basically the one thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like death didn't concern me, but like having to put like
Something
nudity, or because I was like, I really want to be I'm a comedian, and I'm not like,
you don't want to be the one girl on the
I just don't want to be like, if they're looking for me to get naked or do anything like that, I'm not the girl.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what they wanted.
No, so what your big one was, the scorpion one?
The scorpion, Botox, and then the quiet game where I licked tasers.
So when you're filming this, were you not like, so do they give you like do you have to sign something being like, are you gonna, if you
I signed
die or something?
I signed like a contract, but I think it was just a standard when you shoot
anything.
Yeah, like you can't on any movie set or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there was, with those two, they asked me if I would feel comfortable or if I would do it, and I said yeah. So I didn't like have any reservations because I just figured they're not gonna have me do anything where I can like die.
Yeah. Did you watch a lot of that shit growing up?
Yeah.
You were?
I was a huge Jackass fan.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it came out when I was 15. And being from Vegas, like we have a huge skate culture. And my friends were just like pushing each other around on shopping carts and like trying to play pranks and stuff. You know.
So you were like, day of shoot, were you like freaking out, or you were just like this?
I was definitely playing it cool, but it was one of those moments.
You didn't look.
No, I was just like, it's still surreal. Like I still can't believe that it happened. But I mean, that was my first time, one, booking a movie, two, being on a professional movie set. And here is Spike Jonze. My first movie is with him.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So the scorpion, did it bite? What was it?
It was on my lip.
Yeah. Hanging off.
Yeah, biting and stinging.
Did it go stinging?
And biting.
Scar?
No scar, but my lips did puff up a little bit. I have pictures of like my lips pulsating because of the scorpion venom that was getting jizzed into my mouth.
Did they like suck it out, or did it just go?
No, it was just They have a medic always on set, and they had Benadryl ready. But I was like, I didn't take Benadryl or anything because they wanted to see how big my lips would puff up.
That's fucked.
Yeah, and they used 3 different types of scorpions. So I was just over and over getting stung and bit by these.
Oh my God.
Scorpions.
I thought it was like one take.
No, none of them are one takes. Jeff likes to shoot, and then like he'll be like, let's do it again, but with like so with the taser, they had one taser, and the reason why people see maybe 2 different takes of tasers is because the first taser that we used, the current wasn't strong enough to be picked up by the camera. So they used a different taser that had and I was like, he lied to me. I was like, is it stronger? And they were like, no. And it definitely was.
Oh, and is that the first you've been tased?
Yeah, and so
You get like practice for that. Like you.
no, I just was like, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, I just was putting my mouth in their hands.
Oh God, that's fucked up. I got bit by a turtle once on the lip.
A turtle?
Yeah, I tried to like kiss a snapping turtle as a joke. I know it's not.
Were you trying to find a husband?
Yeah, almost.
See, most people kiss frogs. Steph kisses turtles.
Well, I was a joke kiss. I was like holding it, and it was a fucking like a
How big was the turtle?
baby. I saved from the road, but then it came out and it bit the inside of my lip.
Did it
and then
hurt?
oh my God, took a chunk out. Yeah.
A chunk.
Big chunk, yeah. And I was like, do I have like toad mouth now or like turtle mouth? Wait. Okay, so you never. There's no point where you were like, "I've made a huge mistake filming this." You weren't like, This is."
No, I was like,
up.
this is the best time of my life.
Fuck. And, like,
Yeah,
that was
like
cool.
I would. Oh, everything. It's like a giant playground, and I mean, I was just like, I was a big tomboy growing up. Like I was like played sports. I always had a group of guy friends. You know, I had much more interest like doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just it felt like normal to me, kind of like I wasn't too. I mean, I was intimidated that because of who they were, but I wasn't intimidated. Like I didn't feel out of place in that situation.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. That was one of the, like what you said earlier when you're like, you know, when people get things, you get jealous. That was one of the first things I ever saw like somebody get, and I wasn't jealous. And I was like, this makes sense for you.
Oh yeah,
It was one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'm so happy for you. And I'm like, this is very you. And I'm like, there, you know what I mean? Like it's not one of those things where you're like, which is nice.
I feel like if you know me,
like,
you know me, you'll know that makes sense. And it takes a certain type of person to want to be a part of that.
Yeah,
and they were looking for a certain type of, you know,
and they found the
mental
perfect person. Yeah.
person.
Because I was like, I would have been like, I can't do this. I'm very scared.
I think most people would, even guy or girl, no matter the gender, because I mean, for anyone who grew up watching Jackass, these guys are gnarly. Just the most.
I would have wanted it
unhinged.
because Johnny Knoxville is very attractive.
Yeah.
And I heard they went to my gym a long time ago. And I was like, where is he? I haven't seen him yet.
I can't even think of him like that because of like just getting to know him. All of those guys to me are like older brothers, and like, I have to hear about like who everyone thinks is hot, and I'm just like, these guys are disgusting.
I literally just only find him and John Hamm were like my celebrity crushes in my life, and I'm like, every time I see him, I'm like, well, that's that. Do you have body stuff of your own that you've had? Like, have you had any breaks or like surgeries or anything?
I've broken my arm and my leg from basketball growing up. Like just basketball related injuries. And then I broke my wrist from punching something.
Oh, that's fun.
A piece of furniture in college.
An angry punch?
Yeah, it was an angry punch.
Seem
oh no. I can get angry. And then I fractured my spine. I fell over a piece of furniture when I moved to Austin.
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Oh well, within the last 6 months, but that healing process only took like a month or so because it wasn't. It just, you needed to rest. That was the only thing you could do.
It was just to lie there and not do fuck all. That's back injuries are so annoying like that. They're like, lie down.
That was some of the most pain I've ever experienced is the back injury.
What did you
I just like tripped. I fell backwards over an ottoman and landed directly on, like I got up, was walking. It was at night, walking backwards.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And just like bent in a way. They're just
on my back.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Then did you go to the hospital in the middle of the night?
Yeah, we had to go.
Oh, fuck. It was that bad. Did you hear like a crack or something?
I didn't hear anything, but when I was having a hard time walking.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is it.
I was like, it's so painful and then, yeah, it was just, it was a lot. It was a lot for me.
Oh,
yeah.
God. This is a nightmare.
Yeah. It was
Especially
so bad.
out moving to Austin too. You must have had crazy stuff happen in Vegas. How was growing up in Vegas? Is that nuts?
Honestly, it's weird, but you don't realize that until you go to other places and see how other people grow up, and you're like, smoking inside at casinos with strippers is not like a normal childhood for the most part.
That's what you did?
Well, it's not what I did, but I was exposed to all of that at a very young age. Like I was going to the casinos very young, and like to me, It was back when you could like smoke. Well, you still can smoke inside there. But that's like a culture I grew up with. Like it's okay to smoke inside and like
nice smoking.
Yeah, and then like just seeing slot machines in your grocery store and like being surrounded by gambling. Like basically Sin City, you're surrounded by sinning as a kid. You see all of it. And, like the billboard or the taxi cabs have advertisements for the strip clubs on them, and you see it driving around as a kid. It's normal to you. That's and like some of my friends growing up when I was in middle school, their parents worked in the clubs. They were either strippers or DJs.
Oh, wow.
And it was like if their moms were strippers, it was like very hush hush.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure you guys are making fun of them, but they're still like.
Well, it was more like we just were too young to understand, and they didn't want to like what the other parents were thinking because. You know, cause people can be judgmental.
They're probably making more money than most parents.
Well, that's how.
They're bringing in because there's what's that big one that nude girls one? It's like off the highway. It's like a huge, like long. I think it just says nude girls on it.
There's cheetahs. There's
maybe it's cheetahs. It's like a massive one.
Oh, the massive one.
Yeah,
Sapphire.
Okay,
that one's like it used to be a sports club.
Okay, and that's
the Costco size one.
It's
it's like it's like massive.
You go in there, you're buying fucking.
I haven't been in there. I've been into like other shitty strip clubs.
Like, there's I remember I did one of my first. I did a set in Vegas years ago. I was very new into comedy. I think 24. I did it. It was like off the fuck. I wish I remember what this fucking place was. It was off the strip, way down, and I had just started. And I was there with my mom and like it was like a dancing school trip. And my mom's, all her friends came out, and it was like this dive bar pit. Disgusting.
Do you remember what it was called?
There's no fucking way I can remember what it was called, but it was like this fucking dive. It was so bad, and it was like not a good set, obviously. And my parents' friends were like, "What the fuck?" And there's like a guy dressed up as Superman, but like he didn't have the hood on, the hat on, just like the regular. Because like Vegas is the one place where every time I go, I leave and I feel really good about my body.
Yeah, it's like Disneyland too.
It is like everyone's
any like massive public place, you know, you go, you can,
But I like seeing other people's bodies.
Yeah,
because out here I'm seeing everyone so thin and taut, and then I walk on Vegas, I'm like, I'm doing pretty good.
Oh yeah,
maybe I don't need Ozempic.
Yeah,
I do want Ozempic, but if you're listening, I want Ozempic. My boyfriend's very against.
You're a Vegas 10.
I am a Vegas 10. Yeah, and it feels fucking amazing.
Yeah,
because I'm a LA 2 and I'm a Vegas 10. It's great. So you're in Austin. When I'm in Austin, I wear shorts all day long.
Yeah.
It's too hot.
I wore shorts on stage and I was like, who am I?
Oh, do you feel weird?
I felt weird. I'm like, I shouldn't have this much leg exposure.
It's weird when you've never done it, but I sweat so bad out there that I don't give a fuck.
It is disgustingly hot, and there's no way you don't feel disgusting in the summer performing in Austin. I remember when I first started here in LA, I wore a romper on stage, and this female booker was like, this is a distraction.
Really?
Yeah.
A romper.
A romper.
Like just a little shorts romper.
Just like a onesie.
Yeah. My entire look.
Yeah.
I'm dying with those rompers. I don't know. I've made a huge mistake.
I can't because like those outfits, it's just like you have to pull it over to pee.
Oh yeah. I'm pissed on my hand.
And it's just, you definitely are peeing on your hand.
Oh, I'm peeing on my hand. Yeah. Or I'm wearing Spanx too because I'm like, sometimes the way they fold, it's like right on the gut line. So it's like it folds here. So that makes me look like I have a bigger gut than I do.
Yeah.
So I'm so self-conscious, especially on stage because I'm bending so fucking much.
Yeah.
You have a good look on stage.
I wear sweatpants on stage. I've given up recently because I gained the Texas 20, and so
you didn't. Where?
I worked out today, so
Jesus.
But
Christ.
for me, the numbers have gone up on the scale, and it's because I have no shame. I am literally eating so much food out there because it's like meat and cheese and fucking queso and but I do try to like, you know, work out and maintain a somewhat healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. Are you how's your DM account going? Because you get
thriving.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Sickos.
That was inspired because someone told me one day they wanted to eat cereal out of my booty hole, and I was like, booty pebbles. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
And so I just was like, I have so many of these messages, and I would get these before Jackass. So it was like, obviously when Jackass came out, the floodgates opened.
Oh yeah.
And then I started the account and it grew rather quickly, and people seemed to like the content that was being shared anonymously, of course.
Yeah.
But my favorite ones are the ones where they're in a picture with their like family or girlfriend, and they're sending me the nastiest stuff.
It's sick because you must get like wild. Does Matt have to go through them for you?
He proudly goes through them. He's looking for inspiration.
Okay.
He's like, what can I do to her today?
That's yours must be because you're like, you're pretty. So you're getting a lot of, because I feel like I'm scary, so I'm getting like, I get the real.
No, I get those too.
You might, you get them all. Oh, you're getting them all. No, you're getting the real.
There's a range. There's a range.
Do you have people that just DM you constantly, the same people over and over?
Yeah, there's one guy, he just DM'd me my name over and over and over and over and over and over for like, I don't know, weeks. I have it on there.
Just your name.
Just my name.
Strange.
Yeah. I have the best fans.
Are they fans? We call them fans?
I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell. The line between fanning and trolling is just very thin.
It is very thin. It is very. I've been getting like shockingly right now. I'm on a new thing where it's been less, but I'm getting a lot of Peter Griffin in a wig is the new. It gives me a bit more accurate.
I don't
than
think
that.
so.
I don't think that's. I mean, Peter Griffin didn't have a mullet, whatever. I'm also like, I'm not that big.
Yeah.
You're acting like I'm a fat blog. Men just love calling women fat on.
Oh, I get those sometimes because depending on like, I mean, I have gained a little bit of weight. It's not like, it's not like that noticeable to me, and I can go up between 10 and 20 pounds and people may not notice. But of course the camera adds 10 pounds, and again, depending on how you shoot things, angles really do matter.
Oh, they do.
And so I'll get comments sometimes like, oh, you got fat, and it's like, all right.
Got fat.
Yeah.
Are people fucking blind? Like, what is going on?
And I mean, I don't even care. So what? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't.
No.
It's like, I still, look fine to me. I guess that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. I'm like really on this Ozempic kick.
Yeah.
Really?
You're on it?
No, I want to get on it.
Everyone, I have friends that are on it and they look good.
They do?
Yeah. I don't know if like I'm enabling right now, but
I think I just want to I like just to try the initial like.
Well, okay, for me, my struggle is diet. Like, I love eating, and abs are made in the kitchen, as they say. And I'm in my late 30s now, so my body is changing, and it just seems to want to hold on to carbs like that, trauma.
Yeah, it's holding on, and it's not fucking
on.
moving. They're sucked in there.
But I think for me also is because I'm working out so much, my metabolism is higher, so it's a double-edged sword. And but I look at women's bodies on the internet and the ones where like ideally that's the body I would want, but I realize, they must be eating so little.
There's no food. That has to be it.
Because I feel like I'm pretty healthy for the most part, and I'll cheat here or there and have a little bit of carbs. Or like last night I had like 3 fried pickles, but for the most part I had like fruit and yogurt in the morning, and then I just had meat and vegetables and some 3 fried pickles. I'm like, that shouldn't
spike it up fucking
right
10 pounds.
And so I also because I was telling you a little bit, I started a medication, mood stabilizer and antipsychotic. That sounds crazy when I say it.
No,
but,
I like that.
There was a little bit of weight gain that can come from some of these medications. And so that was something that I was just really worried about. So I don't know if like the reason why I'm not seeing the results I want is because I haven't given enough time, or if it's because my body's changing, or because I'm also on this medication. There's when I was 12, I had a thyroid issue because I was put on lithium.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because I was diagnosed bipolar when I was 12, and I gained 20 pounds super quickly.
Oh, shit.
And so my mom took me to Weight Watchers.
Oh, wow.
So like I've had had like history with medication affecting my weight.
So are you bipolar?
I'm borderline.
Borderline, okay.
They don't think I'm bipolar.
So they give you meds for that, or you're not?
The borderline is more for like, I mean, the meds is more for like my depression and just like stabilizing my mood.
Do they help the mood suppressors?
Yeah, I think that they've been helping. I definitely am in a better place than when I first moved to Austin, because I was just going through so much, the move and just like the injury, and like I think I just needed a little bit of extra support.
And it keeps you like a nice like even keel kind of all day.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I feel like I should look into these.
Well, I was on medication for a lot of my adolescence, and then when I got to my 20s I came off medication, and I just went back on like this last year, and it's definitely helped me. Like I wasn't like anti-medication for a while, but I was just like skeptical about how much it really helped me, and I realized like I am someone who needs that extra support.
Yeah. What were you on when you were younger?
Everything, like Seroquel, lithium, Lamictal, which is what I'm on right now. All ADHD medications. I was on Ritalin and Adderall when I was 5.
Shit.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I was diagnosed ADHD when I was 5. And but a lot of these things are overlapped with like a lot of these symptoms are the same symptoms as like autism or borderline or anxiety, depression. Like, you know, a lot of these things can be different things disguised as what someone thinks they are.
So your parents, like when you're that young, were like, they took you in to be like, we think.
Yeah, evaluated, and they said that I had ADHD.
Oh shit.
So I have a history of being on a lot of these medications, and I took some time off, and it got to a point where I needed extra help again.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's great that your parents had the wherewithal to be like, let's get her looked at.
Yeah.
My parents, nothing.
Really?
I think I got looked at once.
She'll figure it out.
She figured it out. I was like, I'm not well. I think.
Where did you grow up?
Toronto.
Oh, okay. Is it different culture?
Not really. I think my parents just were like, yeah, you'll be fine. Put some garlic on it or whatever the hell. They're like, whatever. They were just very. I would go to the doctor, but not that much. But I don't think they ever like mental stuff. I think they were like, unless it was like a physical thing. I don't think they really were brought up.
Yeah.
With that being an issue, or
I think my parents just saw a lot of mental illness with their work, and they were concerned that I was like exhibiting signs.
Where do they work?
They were criminal defense attorneys.
Oh,
so
okay. So yes,
they were,
yes.
you know, and my mom was a mental health court judge at one point.
Okay.
So
yeah, so you came.
They were concerned.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
My parents had no idea, and that's why I'm like this. No, my anger was so crazy that day. Like I threatened to punch Jefferson in the face.
Really?
I almost did, and I was like, I need to calm down. But I'm like, I have been. But both my parents, I think, should have been in therapy growing, and they never will.
So I do this. I just got out of intensive outpatient therapy, which is I was going to therapy 3 days a week for 3 hours at a time. And I was doing DBT therapy, which is dialectical behavior therapy, which helps with emotional dysregulation.
Okay,
so
what do they do?
Basically, it's talk therapy, and they give you like skills that when you become emotionally dysregulated, here are some of the skills that you can do to bring yourself back down to your baseline. So like, for instance, when I get angry or anxious or any, you know, emotionally dysregulated, I can go and get an ice pack, because ice coolness is something that's been proven to help like distract you from whatever that current emotion is.
Oh, that's good to know.
Because I don't know what the time is, but like emotions are waves, and at some point they peak and then you come back down.
Yeah.
And so I think it takes maybe like half hour, 20 minutes. I don't know what the like science time, but like that's how much you'll be in that wave of emotion until it starts to come down.
And you just put ice like wherever on you?
I use my face. Face is probably probably the best. But yeah, it'll help.
Amazon.com ice packs.
I have
my face
ice packs. Well, even like before I get on stage, because I'll be having like I have anxiety sometimes. I'll have like a cold drink or a can just like up against my chin to distract me and bring me back down.
Do you still get like that a lot before going?
Yeah, I have stage fright. I'm still like, you know, uncomfortable being on stage.
Well, you really don't.
Well, it's getting better. It's getting better just because I just really I really care about my stand up.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just just, yeah, I'm going through the uncomfortable parts of it, and 7 years in is a very uncomfortable place to be.
Because I think it's also where for me, 7 years is where I kind of realized what my voice was.
Yeah.
And then really honing that and trying to get to that spot. And also 7 years is the spot where it's like, okay, you're really doing this now. Like, now you're here. This is it. You got to like really make this work as a career. Yeah. Because I didn't start getting paid till like, probably 7-8 years in, like, getting paid well, whatever. And then knowing that I could go on the road, but like you're already headlining. Which is
I don't recommend this journey to everyone, but I did get thrown into headlining 3 years into stand up, which is horrifying because I definitely don't have an hour. I still don't have an hour, but it's something I'm working towards because I'm very meticulous about every single word that I'm saying. So that takes forever.
Yeah.
Even, and I don't know. My process is all over the place. I'm still trying to learn what my process is.
Do you write? Big writer?
I write, but I'm also like, I think in jokes.
Yeah.
Like my mind just like, I'm always thinking about my set all day, every day. I'm thinking like anything anyone says, I'm like, how can I make a joke? Like it just, my brain works like that. And so jokes will also just come to me. But I'm just constantly working on my set and also being comfortable on stage. It's a lot because writing is one thing, then performing is another.
Yeah.
And so,
but that's why I'm like thinking of every word I say. Sometimes I watch back my sets and go, what the heck was I on about up there?
Yeah, but you're also just like loose and like, I mean, you've been doing it 20 years, so you know your voice, and it's just
Nice
you're
stuff.
at such a different level that like it's
I've stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And like my whole thing, not that I'm obviously still trying when I go out there, but my whole thing now is that like I need to be having fun up there because if I'm not, then I don't think the audience is having fun, and then
that's what I struggle with. Like Matt will be like, you need to just have fun, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah. But you must have fun when you're like doing your, like when it's your crowd and you're like working on stuff and new stuff, like because I'm realizing now when it's your fucking audience there, it's so much easier.
Yeah,
it's so much more fun to just totally like get completely loose and just fuck right off. Like, I'm having a lot of a lot better sets like that. But yeah, the other day at the Laugh Factory when I was bombing, I was like, oh, I'm having no fun. And even like sometimes I can bomb and I'm having fun still, so I don't care. This was just like the opposite. This was just...
Laugh Factory Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I blame the audience.
I blame me. And then so I always get embarrassed when there's like comics in the back that I like and like that are watching. I'm like, this is embarrassing now that I have to like.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like all those comics know that you're funny and they've seen you do well. So it's like any comic who's a real comic and who's been in it knows that that's just normal.
Yeah.
Like you have to bomb.
You must bomb.
Yeah.
It's also very humbling.
Yeah. If you're just killing all the time, you're not taking risks.
No, you're not taking it right. No, there's no way. But it was one of those nights too where I was watching the host and he was killing and I was like, okay, if he's killing, I'm going to fucking annihilate. So I got smug. I got a little whisper of smugness and I'm like, it's my fault. I smugged out.
Oh my God. So I won't say the club, but I went up at a mic and I bombed. And I know I bombed because the person before me did well, and then the person after me did well. The person after me is my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was like, just so many I was in all of my feels about that, and I haven't gone back to that mic ever since.
Yeah.
But I will. But I just I need to take some time.
You need to reset and get over that. How is it like touring with him? Is it so much fun?
Oh yeah, we just make fun of each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just got done doing Hyenas together and he got that headlining gig because when I first started I was opening for Matt and then Jackass came out and then he started opening for me.
Yeah, that's so
and
funny.
So now I'm doing more opening for him.
Do you do like co-headlining things like you both do a half hour? What is it? Or
Yeah.
That's there used to be a guy that I used to fucking bring on the road. That was convenient years ago, long time ago. And I liked it.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah,
you do a show, you get some sips, have some good sex, and it was like, this is convenient.
Yeah.
Now
until it's not convenient.
Till it's not convenient, and then well, at least you guys don't have like do you have a jealousy thing with each other or not?
So I feel like because I'm still 7 years in, like I'll be like, I want to be passed at the clubs that you're passed at. Like that's something that I'm like, I want to be able to share that like moments with you and that experience with him. He does not get jealous of me. I mean, I think that he is proud of like me, and he is super, super supportive. But I feel like with me, I just want to be like there with him and a part of the culture.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
But he's so cool and supportive because he's like a mentor to me.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm feeling down about where I'm at or what I'm doing, he's the one who reminds me like this is the long game, and your main goal shouldn't be about getting past at a club. It should be about becoming undeniable.
Yeah.
And that's like what it really, and it should just be about the next joke, not about what anyone else is doing.
And it should be, someone said to me too a long time, it's like enjoy the process. Like this is the best part. Like enjoy, because once you get there, you're gonna take for granted all this. And I was like, 21 years, it's been long. But I'm like, I'm glad. Also now, like when you want to play the long game to this, it's when you get to that point where you're like about to hit huge, you're so fucking ready to be there.
Yeah.
Like you put in all the time and all the writing and all the work, and then you're ready. So it's like sometimes people get things and they're not ready for them, and then
that was what happened to me, with Jackass. Like I got a touring agent and they were sending me on the road, and it's like, this is why I don't recommend necessarily getting that early pop, because obviously it's my journey. I love it. It's really difficult. But it obviously, like, I'm grateful that I am where I am, but I'm also, feel you on, it's so much more better that when you do pop, that you are ready to deliver what.
Yes. You got like enough to back it and be like, this isn't funny.
For me, I feel like I'm going to have to go back and reprove to a lot of these people that I am,
you are worthy.
Yeah.
Worthy of this stuff. Yes. Well, I think you are.
Thank you.
I want to ask some more bod stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have what's like the worst body thing you've ever heard?
The worst body thing I've ever heard. I mean, I guess aside from being called fat, like this one DM that sticks out is someone sent me that it looks like my pussy exhales with an attitude, which I thought was hilarious.
That is very and
I was like, yeah.
Yes. But you've never had like your parent. Criminal defense. Do they ever have like fucked up stories tell you of like some insane like murder or something?
Like about other people?
Yeah.
Well, so my mom, she was a judge, and so she would have to sign search warrants when things, when when they're about to go in and serve a search warrant. So one time I was 15. We had to go down to the police station because that's where we were going to my mom was just going to sign the search warrant. And so while I was at the police station waiting for her to do this, one of the officers was like, "Do you like rap music?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he pulls out this huge binder, and it's pictures of Tupac's autopsy photos. And he had a huge wiener.
Huge wiener.
Yeah. And it was like he was covered in like a white tarp. Like you could see it was him on the table.
And was he open? Like all his organs were out?
No, not all of his, but you could tell he was like partly covered, but he's like on one of those like examination.
Oh.
It's his autopsy photos.
He just had them there, ready to go.
They have him. He was shot and killed in Vegas.
Oh, fuck.
So it was the police. They were the police department but they have a huge binder on this case.
Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And they say that people call from all over to get the pictures. This was like when I was 15. I don't know if they've released those photos. But
Yeah.
I saw them when I was 15.
Is that traumatizing?
No.
I
wasn't traumatized, but I was like, "Oh, that's so cool," or or like,
"Oh God, I was seeing." Like, we had to like open up a little frog once in science class.
Oh, I had to do that. That's disgusting. Why do they make kids do that?
What is that?
I will never forget the smell of that.
Oh, that fucking whatever the hell they're in, that briny fucking. It was just and they're so dried out. Where's it? Maybe it was a rat I opened.
No, I did it.
Pin the skin.
I literally will never forget that smell out of my
bad. Can you? What? Are you a pimple popper?
Yeah, privately, but I don't like watching other people's pimples.
No. I can't watch the shows.
I get like these weird cysts that like I'll have Matt squeeze them and like white stuff will come out.
Oh, like under the armpit?
I have one. right here in my lower back.
Oh.
And it's just like skin that's like trapped in there.
Trap skin?
Yeah.
Oh. Does he like doing it?
I don't care if he likes doing it.
You're like,
He just
get it.
does it. I think he
He probably likes it a lot.
Yeah.
I popped Jefferson's. I
he's
can't
disgusting.
do
He squeezed some out the other day and it squirted into his eye.
it's that much coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's so gross.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
I'm disgusting.
What other gross
fine.
things? What other gross bod stuff?
What other gross? Let's see.
You got cysts roaming around.
Yeah.
I have an ingrown hair right now so badly that.
Oh
think
yeah, I
might
get
be a
those
cyst.
too. Those are great.
What's going on?
Yeah.
When you really pull it.
I was like a picker growing up, like picked my scabs. I think it's like an ADHD thing, like
It might be,
anxiety
yeah.
thing.
You have like scars from picking.
Yeah, I have some scars. But
No other crazy Vegas stories? I mean, there's gotta be something.
crazy Vegas.
Like no other like weird. Like you didn't hear about like an insane like I don't know some disgusting man was in some casino and like fell and like punctured his. I'm making up a story right now. I'm like, was there no like I don't know why I feel like Vegas is just people dying all the time. in crazy ways.
I mean that does happen. There's like, my mom hears about, because she's a private mediator now, about all the people who like get hurt in hotels. Like this was a story back in the day. The Rio got in trouble because they had people getting Legionnaire's disease.
What the hell is that?
It's in the water. It's like I don't know, like it's because of people were getting it because of the water in the shower.
Ew.
Yeah, you can get really sick.
Ew. I
And so,
never
like-
thought of that. That's a new fucking fear unlocked. My God.
Yeah,
Hotel water.
yeah.
I sometimes forget to get a bottle of water from the club, and then the next morning I'll wake up so parched, and I'll have to Google if I can drink that tap water from that city.
I'll tell you, like, one of the most disgusting things I went through. My parents and I, we went to Mexico, or our family did, and I ended up getting a parasite. Yeah, I got a parasite, and it hit me like right as we got back, and it was I was just like shitting and throwing up for days. Like I was like, yeah, after like the third day, I'm like, I don't know why am I still like why am I still trying to get something, whatever it is, out of my
That's
body?
a long time.
And so we go to, this is when the Netflix festival was happening, and I had a show in the Netflix festival. I was in the hospital that day, and I had to give a stool sample. And I'm telling you, I go and I like shit in this cup. My shit was white. It had zero nutrients in it.
Because you can't eat. Nothing's staying in you.
Nothing. Whatever was inside me was eating up all the nutrients that I had.
Oh my God.
It was white. I've never
White
seen anything
shit.
white.
I've never seen a white shit.
And so they called me like the next day, and they're like, yeah, you have this parasite called Cryptosporidium. Doesn't it sound like a fuckboy parasite?
Yeah.
I got that Cryptosporidium, bro. And so it's common in third world countries. They're like, have you traveled anywhere? I was like, yeah, I just got back from Mexico. And what happened was we went into the town, and we had my mom and dad were like sick of eating Mexican food, so they're like, let's go get Asian food. And so we went to this restaurant in town, and I got a mixed drink, and I was licking the glass, which had salt or sugar on the rim. And whatever kind of parasite this is, you can't kill it with like bleach or whatever. So someone obviously took a dirty shit and then came back and like didn't wash their hands. That's probably how it happened. And so they had to prescribe me these like horse pills to get rid of it. And so since the parasite is so rare here, one of the medications was discontinued. It's very hard to find, so I had to like drive to a Walmart deep in the valley to go get these pills that I had to take for like a week.
And it finally killed
it, got it out of me.
Oh,
I don't think I've ever had a parasite before.
No,
that.
Did you
but I
keep
looked
shit?
so good.
I was gonna say, did you keep shitting?
Oh my God, I looked so good.
Do you see it come out? Like,
No.
I guess it's so small.
But I bet I'm sure
picture
if
this, like,
I don't know.
feature.
That would have. I would still be in therapy over that.
Yeah, no, I was like, that's.
They should have
it's
filmed
nothing.
that for
that's-
Jackass.
Yeah, you're fucking white shit.
Just like worms coming out.
Ew.
But I didn't see any of that.
No,
I
it
just
would've been
saw.
that.
Yeah.
It would've- yeah, just
But I was
something.
like, I was so sick.
Fuck.
Yeah, I get like when I get sick, I get like violently ill, and I'm a thrower upper.
Okay. So
I can throw up like a champ. Not that I'm promoting that,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like I
yeah,
have like
don't-
my
is that
gag
big? Yes,
reflexes sick.
Okay. You just,
Yeah.
down there, just.
Just yeah.
Okay, let's ask the final question of the pod. Go wrap this up. I do a nice tight hour.
Yeah.
Nice tight hour. The funniest way you think you could die?
Lighting myself on fire while I'm trying to smoke weed.
There.
I feel like I would just like one little like strand of hair and then
and then just full fucking.
Yeah.
But that'd be good because you still be high.
Well,
But maybe you'd feel it more.
Yeah, she died doing what she loved.
Yeah. Getting high. So tell everybody where they can find you online.
Okay, so they can.
You have so many.
I have multiple personality,
Yes.
social media disorder. So I have like several accounts. If you want to see my disgusting DMs, there's Wolfie DMs. If you want to see me posting stand up and hot pictures of myself, that's Rachel Wolfson on Instagram. If you want to listen to my podcast that's coming out that I haven't dropped any episodes for, that has no point or purpose, that's Rachel Interrupted. So
There you go.
yeah.
Listen to her new pod. Follow her. Go see her live.
Yeah, see me live.
Watch Jackass. I gotta watch it. Thank you for coming on.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Steph